Last week on Commodities, we talked about samarium, yet another exotic metal that has turned into a bone of contention between China and the US. It's one of those essential materials for military purposes, among other uses. Let's talk graphite now. We're joined by the CEO of Titan Mining, Rita Adiani. Rita, thank you very much. You plan to open a graphite mine in New York State, and you say this will be a unique asset for the U.S. Tell us a bit about what you're proposing.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us on. For us, really, this is a very unique opportunity, as you said. It is the first time in about 70 years that the United States will be seeing graphite, end-to-end graphite production coming domestically. I'm very pleased to report that next week we will actually begin processing on a small scale, which is probably going to be about 1,200 to 2,400 metric tons. And by 2028, we're looking to ramp that up to about 40,000 metric tons, which is approximately close to 50% of U.S. domestic demand. So it's obviously a big milestone for U.S. national supply chain security, and we're very excited to be building here in New York.
Sorry, what percent of U.S. graphite supply will you supply, do you think?
It's approximately 50%.
Wow.
So the current domestic demand is close to 75,000 tons, and we will be looking to supply 40,000 tons by 2028.
Now, we know graphite's used in batteries. It's also used, though, in a wide variety of industrial applications. You are going to get up to $120 million US in backing from the US government. Are they concerned about a strategic vulnerability when it comes to graphite?
Absolutely. I think, graphite is one of those things, as you said, has a very wide use case. It goes into everything from industrial applications, such as, lubricants for downhole drilling, all the way through to very strategic applications, such as, coatings for missiles and for ammunitions. So certainly, that's one of the main reasons that the metal is very high up on the critical materials list, which was all put out by the DOE, where it kind of ranks amongst, some of the rare earths metal complex. And that's largely obviously driven by batteries, which the whole world is sort of moving towards, but also through the very specific defense uses case that, we currently have.
How much will your capex be for this this graphite mine?
The capex estimated to build it is about $156 million, and we just put around the economics of it out yesterday. So it is a $156 million build with, as you say, approximately $120 million in indicative financing from United States Exim. So it is one of the most capital efficient projects.
Now, one of the big choke points with graphite, like a lot of the rare earths, is the processing. So where will your graphite be actually processed?
So we have this unique ability to excavate, to process, and take it all the way up to 99.5% in New York State at the site that we currently operate at. And we'll also be going further downstream to coat it and to spherinize it in later years within the same site in New York State. So it'll all be done domestically, not too far off from the mining operation.
You have some pretty interesting directors. John Boehner, the former Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, and also George Pataki, a former New York State Governor. So you have some pretty distinguished directors.
No, we have, and we've had them, on the board for the last 7 years, and they were involved with the opening of the zinc mine, which was, a while ago. And they've not only sort of actively participated in helping us with the community, helping us with the state, but as you say, to have that, sort of heavyweight political leadership has really helped us maneuver the system and sort of, kind of stand to the forefront really with other critical materials companies in the United States.
It sounds like, though, you're going to face possibly a reaction from China. They might try to cut the price on you to undermine you. What would you do if that happens?
So I think, the bottom line here is, and it's not just a, U.S. sort of prerogative. I think we're seeing this in Canada, we're seeing this in Australia, what we're moving towards is, most countries trying to build an ex-China supply chain and an ex-China supply curve. A lot of the protections which we currently believe are forthcoming are, currently there today really in the way of tariffs, be it 232 or, other tariffs or other protections in place from the Commerce Department. And we do believe that, that form of protection will continue, whether in the current form or another form such as price floors. So we certainly do believe that China is going to be a threat. But, as you might remember, not too long ago, China instituted export controls on graphite. So I think they have concerns around meeting their own demand. And therefore, we do believe that, we will be a very viable, competitive supplier, not only within the United States, but in the long term, hopefully within North America.
Tell us a bit about your background, because you graduated in law from the University of Oxford and the University of Sheffield, but I see you did attend the mining school at the University of British Columbia. So what was your gig before this, before you joined Titan Mining?
Before this, I've spent about 20 years of my life in mining. Previously, as you referred to it, I was a lawyer and then moved on to become a banker at SocGen in London, and then moved on to private equity. But for better or worse, the mining industry likes me, and I like the mining industry. And prior to this, I was actually working in a role where we were taking a copper mine into development in Arizona. So really, for the last 5 years, my focus has really been on critical materials projects in the United States.
And you're part of the Augusta Group, which is headed up by Richard Wark. He was a co-founder of Equinox. He's been around for a long time. Thank you very much. We've less than. We've no more time, Rita. I hope you come back soon as this project moves forward. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for your time today.
Rita Adiani, CEO of Titan Mining.